Well, as you know, we covered it for months, and President Trump just signed his big, huge, one big, beautiful bill and tax cuts into law. But now the question comes, well, how does it change the taxes for me?
Yeah, it's an important question. And we're joined by Marc, author of the best-selling book, Pay Zero Taxes, Use the Buy, Borrow, Die Strategy to Get Rich and Stay Rich. Marc, great to have you this morning, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Okay, so if I'm an individual tax filer, I am, what does the big, beautiful bill impact in terms of tax rates? How does it affect it?
Well, first of all, it doesn't increase your taxes. That's the big thing, is that the original Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was a huge tax decrease for middle Americans. There's a standard deduction you get whether you're an employee or self-employed. Everybody gets the standard deduction. It was originally around $12,000. Trump doubled that to $24,000. That was a huge tax decrease for all families. Everybody was doing incredible when Trump was elected in 2016 to 2019. Everybody's income was going up. Inflation was low. Stock market was booming. But the big, beautiful bill just stopped the tax increase because that tax deduction would disappear and we would all have our taxes increase if it wasn't for the big, beautiful bill. So the child tax credits, all these things, there's a lot of things in it for everybody. There's poor people, middle America, and yes, there's tax reduction for business owners, specifically like myself.
Yeah, and on top of that, they also lowered the withholding rates of your taxes, so your paycheck got bigger every 2 weeks or so, and your tax bill went down. Now, if you used to itemize, I used to itemize my taxes, and then obviously with the double deduction, I didn't have to, but can you still itemize under the new tax bill?
You certainly can. Like most Americans, they don't really benefit by itemizing because they'll have, if they're married, they'll have $24,000. If they have kids, there's a really big tax deduction. For most Americans, it just doesn't make sense to itemize. For business owners, we have all our businesses. We itemize everything just because we can generate a larger tax deduction just as business expenses and things like depreciation and all these other tax codes us as business owners benefit from. And there's a lot. This is really a business bill to help business owners. Small and big businesses are going to benefit tremendously, and of course, we're going to have to hire employees to grow our businesses.
So that's good news for small businesses, especially for those who file on their individual income tax forms.
Absolutely. And then again, if you have good tax advice, it is possible to pay zero taxes. And I know people say, that can't do that. But, it was actually, I got to thank Newsmax, first of all, for asking me to write the book on how ordinary Americans can do it.
All right.
What about the deduction on car loan interest? This is something President Trump has talked a lot about. Can you explain it?
You know what? I haven't really dug into it that much. I run a company basically teaching Americans these buy, borrow, die strategies, and specifically about the tax codes, even in the big, beautiful bill, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Haven't really looked at that one specifically, but if you're not itemizing, it's not really going to benefit you. 98% of Americans aren't really going to benefit from just itemizing their deductions there.
Yeah, so of course, now your book, Pay Zero Taxes, I love the sound of that.
Yes.
It's great. You have a strategy, even under the new tax bill, though, that folks can greatly reduce their taxes. I mean, how does that work?
The strategy called Buy, Borrow, Die goes back to the Great Depression, when a banker in Quincy, Florida, created 67 new millionaires. He simply taught a strategy that's used by very wealthy people today: buy assets, never sell them, borrow from them to buy more assets, and then you can die with no taxes. You can die with up to $30 million in taxes, with tax-free to your family. So it's not a new strategy. It's just never been taught to ordinary Americans before. This is the first book ever that proved that ordinary Americans can use the same strategies. It even covers Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, a lot of the things that people can do. And I promise you, it's not a boring tax book. It's actually fun to read. It's simple. It's enjoyable to read. So this is my fourth book. And I come from middle America. I come from the plumbers and bricklayers and factory workers. I've done all that stuff. So I really wanted to write a book for it, help more ordinary Americans. It'll give you everything in the Tax Cuts Jobs Act, plus a bunch of things to help you avoid taxes legally.
All right, fun tax book. Words I never thought I would hear said out loud. All right, thanks, Marc.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Well, you just heard Marc, the tax expert, talk about his new book, Pay Zero Taxes, and how you can borrow, buy, and die strategy to become rich. His book has been a #1 Amazon bestseller. Check it out online or get it free through this offer from Newsmax. Just call, go online, save $25. You're watching Wake Up America right here on Newsmax.